Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders, lift them up, curl them round. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Interlock your fingers. Push them up to the ceiling. Look at the heel of your opposite foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman. Opening up our span, parallel feet, Cross and sit on the side where your hand is higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is good Tai Chi posture? We're not stiff as a soldier. We're not relaxed like a rag doll. We're somewhere in between. There are at least 8 elements in which you have to address. The first one, being the major one, is that we're going to drop our shoulders. So everybody drop your shoulders. As a result of dropping your shoulders, you found that your middle finger slid down to the side seam of your pants. So that's another indication. So the hand should not be like this, but should be to the side. That will help you to relax your shoulders. As a result of that, our chest got a little bit more hollow. It's not stiff and straight and flat, but it kind of takes a curvature. As a result, our butt not stiff, not protruding out, but tucked under, slightly tucked under. As a result of all those 4 or 5 elements, our knees became relaxed, ready for action. Relaxed, but not to a point where they're flexed. Okay, so relaxed meaning not locked in, but ready and comfortable. Our chin is slightly down, dipped down, rather than parallel to the flooring. So slightly dipped down. Our neck is straight up, held up through the middle of our skull with a silk silver thread that keeps us erect at all times. Our tongue is behind our palate, not against your teeth, but on your palate, okay? Did I miss anything else? Our spirits, our thoughts are uplifted through a positive thought, experience, or an image. So something very positive. Tai Chi is going to be uplifting and relaxing for you, then all of those elements should be addressed, okay? Also, 2 inches below your navel is what is referred to as a dantian, D-A-N, second word, T-I-E-N or T-I-A-N, okay, or D-I-E-N or D-I-A-N. But it is the center of gravity. It is, everybody has it. So in Tai Chi, we need to focus not only on our form, but focus on the center of gravity. So the center of gravity should keep us upright rather than tipping from side to side, forward or back, okay? So we learn to be a golden cockerel. In being a golden cockerel, we need to take safety measures. We know that we need to balance on one foot. We know that there's a center hand. We know that there's the other hand that is a counterbalance hand. When we first begin to do a golden cockerel, we need our weight and our balance evenly distributed. So we cannot favor the foot that we're going to stand on. So that's centering ourselves. So you notice that my feet are apart now because I'm going to be able to shift my weight. If I'm tight and close, I can't shift my weight and give myself the freedom and movement to do a golden cockerel. So I'm going to take about a block span away, okay, depending on how tall, how big you are, how comfortable you are. It might be slightly smaller, slightly bigger, but about approximately like that. So when we become a golden cockerel, and everybody's going to watch because you're looking for ideas and strategies in which to implement to be safe. If I'm at 50-50 in good Tai Chi posture, I'm going to have to use my hands, use my mind, use my weight to shift to come up and be a golden cockerel. When I'm a golden cockerel, my front hand centers myself, the back hand counterbalances me. I don't do anything else, but I stay to the side of my thigh, say to the side of my thigh. Okay? The hand that comes up, the foot that comes up is right, right, left, left. How it comes up is important. You want to be able to center the front hand to the center of your body, center the front foot to the center of your body, rather than something out here. Because right now I can't even get a decent up. I don't know whether to go left, to go right. So you want to center yourself. Okay, and we can try it. But trying to improve on the implements, okay? And left foot, left hand. Okay, you don't have to do it. Swing that back hand out a little bit more. Concentrate on your dantian. So when we do this, we find that it's very important to be able to shift your weight. Shifting of weight is one of the basic principles in Tai Chi, and it could be carried over to even a basic principle in walking. One foot is grounding you, one foot is grounding me, which is called the substantial foot. The other foot that is going to move is the insubstantial foot, which should at one point have no weight. If there is weight, you're going to have trouble bringing it up. So apply this to walking. If you want to walk, one foot has to bear your weight. The insubstantial can now move forward. If there is two weighted feet, say 80 and 20, how are you going to walk? This still has weight. You're going to have to shift the weight, just the same way you shift the weight for golden cockerel. So can you see that if you understand and apply the principle of substantial and insubstantial, that perhaps when you walk and when you do things in the outside of Tai Chi, there is some spillover or carryover to what you train your body to do. Okay? However, be patient with yourself, because you know that the muscle, the leg work, the mindset is very different from what you normally do. So you're going to have to be patient. Some days you find yourself doing perfect balancing, and other days you say, hey, what's wrong? You feel like you should be spiraling and progressing, but some days you find you're regressing. But that's just the way we are. Sometimes it's outside distraction. Sometimes it's distraction within our own body. And sometimes our muscles are fatigued or for whatever reason. So don't give up. We then learned to be, after learning to be a golden cockerel, we learned how to kick out. Both golden cockerel and kicking out are definite movements in the Yang family of Tai Chi. However, they occur at different points in the different forms. We are learning Yang 10 form, 10 movements taken from Yang 24. And Yang 24 lends itself to Yang 16. 10, 24, and 16 is what we teach in the 3 different levels. When we kick out, here again, we're starting with good Tai Chi posture, 50-50 on each side. We know that if we're going to kick out with our right foot, and people are watching, we have to keep our right hand on the outside of our cross. Not only that, right hand, right foot, in line, kicking, following that kick. The right foot followed the right hand. The same with the left. Evenly distributed, coming down, waiting fully on our right to insubstantiate the left foot, kicking out with our left, and following the kick. The other hand that does not follow the kick is very, very important. It has to counter the hand that goes and follows the kick. It has to come out in opposite ways. It cannot do the same. Okay, so that's what it means to counterbalance. So let's practice with those elements in mind and remember that we are still learning and acquiring information as well as building our muscle strength up, okay? So it's going to take practice. With Tai Chi posture, opening up your span, thinking about what we're going to do, 50-50 on each limb. We're going to kick out with our right foot. Therefore, the right's going to come up, the left is going to gain all our weight. And our right is going to be on the outside of the cross. This is the cross, this is the outside. It's going to follow. If it's on the inside, it's going to have trouble figuring out where to follow, okay? All right, 50-50. Kicking out with our right. Shift your weight, up and out. Shift weight, left hand, left foot up and out. Right foot, right hand. One more set. Okay, and I want to talk about this a little bit more. I assume that you can see and you could feel what I feel, and sometimes I overlook some things. So to make it more obvious, when I cross when I gather my energy and come together, centering myself, my foot also takes that same posture. It does not, okay, and if people are watching, it does not lag behind. There's no sense of centering here and not bringing this up at the same time. So what I did say, and you can watch and then practice, is that when I gather my energy and center, my foot comes up at the same time. Okay? So in all of Tai Chi, everything makes sense. We support our move by using our mind and our whole body to help us with our movements. Sometimes it's not that easy to support that principle, but over time you will see it click in. But right away when we are trying to balance, I think that's a good time to introduce that tenet and try to remember it and keep it in your mind. Any questions so far? All right. Then we started with feet work. We said Tai Chi is not just feet. Tai Chi is not just hands. Tai Chi is feet, hands, mind, body, everything, okay? So we said that we learn to be a capital letter T with our feet. We are grounded on the right. We are insubstantial or weightless on the stem of the capital letter T. Therefore, we can move this left foot. And when we're grounded, we cannot be straight-legged. I'm already out of Tai Chi posture because my shoulders are raised, so I'm going to have to come down. If I'm bearing all my weight, the knee should be flexed. It can never be straight up and locked in. It has to come down. Your knee does not have to come down as much as mine, but it should be relaxed and holding at least 95% of your weight and none when we move the left foot. We said that this is a T stance. We need to come out and to the side in an L stance. How do we need to come? Show me with your hand. Out and to the side. Again, out and to the side. In one motion on your left heel. So it needs to come here on your heel. It needs to come here on your heel, all right? Show me with your heel. Out and to the side on your heel. This is called an L stance. It is called an L stance because in a perfect Tai Chi world, if you were to drag back that foot, and you can drag back that foot, there should be a gap. If there is no gap, you are not doing Tai Chi correctly. So we are beginning learners, and so we know how to correct ourselves. We said we needed to come out and to the side so that if we drag back this foot, there would be a gap. Can you do that and show me how you get a gap? Do it on your own and show me, and I'll watch. Drag it back and show me. If you feel that that is not a big enough gap, which I notice and you notice, then what are you going to do about it? You do not live with it. You bring it back further, okay? Not wider, not longer, but wider. But not to the point where you feel stressed. So you're going to have to play with that at home and make it work for you, okay? So all I'm saying is, you're on a T, you're rooted and grounded on the right. The insubstantial foot needs to take an L stance, out and to the side, to make sure that there's a gap. So out and to the side for me is here. If I drag it back, there's a space, all right? We went on to say that after we got into an L stance, we need to generate the energy from our right foot that's storing all our chi or internal energy. We need to move it up across our hips and waist and shoulders and chest to bring it back into a bow stance. The energy cannot just jump from one foot to the other. Okay, can I have you watch me? It's important to know that we're rooted down and the energy stored on my right foot. When I take an L stance, I'm going to only use my insubstantial and put it on my heel. My body weight still remains on this back or rooted foot. The energy needs to travel, not jump from here to there. That will never work, and you'll get into trouble, okay? Your knees will take a beating. So it's important to know that when you take an L stance, the energy from this rooted foot needs to travel all the way across and then come down. That is the bow stance. Okay, can we get that far and do it? Hands at your waist. On an L stance, bear down on the right foot, right leg. T stance. Out and to the side on a heel. Move the energy. Turn your hips and waist. Bow stance. At the bow stance, we learned that our knee should never go beyond our toes. Can I see you do it wrong? Knee goes beyond your toe. You found that when you do that, your Tai Chi posture shifts forward and your silk-silver thread is not being adhered to. Therefore, you're going to have to align your knee to your toes, and you are now in better Tai Chi posture. We then moved on to say we need to sit back. So when we sit back, you do not throw your shoulder back. You move back and put your weight on your back leg, bringing the front foot to its heel, and you sit on an imaginary stool. That is a sit back. We need to twist or pivot our foot that has the heel, our left foot. We twist or pivot, facing the wall, rooting down or bearing the weight on our left foot, bringing our right foot to the capital letter T. We're going to take care of the other side. Out on a heel, on an L, move the energy from our left all the way over to our right, evenly distributed on a bow stance. Then ask yourself, are you adhering to your knee and your toe? If you're not, you're going to have to pull yourself back. The right foot is a bow. It's curved like the bow of an arrow. The left leg is straight. There's no buckle in the knee. It is the arrow. This is the bow stance. From a bow stance, you're going to sit back and sit down on that imaginary stool. Therefore, the left knee should be flexed. The right foot now can pivot, face the bulletin board wall, root down on that right, make the T stem of the left foot. And you repeat. L stance, move that energy across, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, root down, T stance, L stance, move that energy up and across your body, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, shift your weight and root down, T stance. Bring that heel out and to the side, making sure that you have a gap if you should drag your foot back, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, T stance, L stance, move that energy, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, root down, T, L, turn the hips and waist, shift weight, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, one more, T stance. L stance, turn the hips and waist, just the back foot, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, T stance. Okay, so I see people really trying and doing their very best, and sometimes we fall short of our very best, okay? That's natural, and what sometimes you think you're doing may not be really that correct. So I want you to look, okay? And I know from where you're standing, you may have a hard time, perhaps when you review the lesson. Okay. So we said that we're in good Tai Chi posture, and to get into a T stance, I need to bear down on one side, and I need to make the capital letter T. We said that energy is stored on the back or the right foot. This allows my insubstantial foot to come out on an L. The energy has to come up, across, out, and I adjust my back foot, making it a 45-degree angle on a bow stance. I then said to sit back, sit down. I did not say to sit back, sit down. This is out of Tai Chi posture. I'm going to fall back, okay? So I did say to sit back and sit down. I said then to pivot or twist step, bear down, form the letter T, out and to the side so that there is a gap, turn my hips and waist, flatten down, bow and arrow, not this way. If I were to shift and push my knee beyond my toe, I'm going to fall forward. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, twist step, T stance, okay? It's something new, gonna have to work on it, and we did say that Tai Chi is not just feet, but we're taking the feet away from the hands and then putting our hands together once we have a firmer understanding and movement for our feet. So we said that we would learn how to first do our hands, and we're going to go through repulsing of the monkey. So when the monkey is repulsed, you're pushing him away, and in martial arts, you may be pushing your opponent away in a safe way, okay? So how do we repulse the monkey? When we repulse the monkey, we need to be grounded, because in martial arts, you need to be tough, strong, balanced, concentrated, focused, and you need to defeat your opponent. So in defeating your opponent, you cannot be wobbly, you cannot be off-kilter, you have to be sturdy, you have to be firm. So to be firm, of course, you're going to have evenly distributed weight. And we're going to look at hands now. So you're going to watch. One hand centers your body. If it's centered your body, it cannot be here, here, or any other way, but centered your body. So one hand centers your body. The other hand is not to the side of your body, but slightly back and slightly higher. So it's not here, it's a little higher. When we repulse the monkey, we bring the back hand like this, closer in the direction of our ear. And there'll be lots of time to practice. You bring it towards your ears as you glance. When you glance, you look at it at the corner of your eye rather than turn your body to look at and watch it come in. So you center your body, one hand is up higher. One hand, this hand, the ball is coming straight from the ceiling and you're getting ready to catch it. Therefore, the fingers should not be stiff, but they should be cupped, waiting for that ball. The other ball is coming from the other direction and it's coming this way, okay? So they're both hands ready for that ball. The back hand comes into the direction of your ear as you glance at it. You turn your neck, turn your hand, you meet both hands in the center, as if you're catching now the ball that's coming straight at you and steal that ball from the sky. At this point, you slide forward and you slide back. This is how you repulse the monkey, okay? This is how you repulse the monkey. You bring this back hand as if it were coming closer to your hip, the hand closer to the hip. It does not pass your hip. It comes closer to your hip. The other side, you center the front hand. You look at the back hand at a glance, that's higher. You open both palms. You bring the back hand as you glance at it. You turn your neck and you pull back, push forward. Okay, and we said that we would practice. And I don't expect you to know how to do it just by watching a new movement. Okay, there will be many, many times of practicing. So this is what you saw. Center, higher. Here, bring it to your ear as you glance. Turn your head, meet both hands, slide back, slide forward. Center, glance at the back hand that's higher, bringing it to your ear, turning your face, meeting both hands in the middle, pulsing of the monkey. Okay, ready to try? All right. Keeping your feet apart, good Tai Chi posture. We're going to learn how to repulse the monkey. Your left hand centers your body. The palm is up, waiting to catch that ball that's coming from the ceiling. The right hand, can you do it with me, does not stay to the side of my body, but slightly back and open and higher, not in the same plane or line as the front hand. Okay? And I should bring it up here. Bring it to my ear, turn my face, meet both hands, and you know how to meet it. Slide forward, slide back. Closer to the hip, glance at your back hand that's higher, open to the ceiling. Bring it to the ear in the direction of your ear. Turn your neck, meet both hands in the middle, forward and back, repulse. Center, up higher, look and glance. Ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, back, open, ear, glance, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher and back, glance, ear, turn, center, slide. I'm going to turn around, continue doing it. The opposite for me. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn your neck, slide. Center, higher, glance, open, ear, turn, slide, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. One more. Center, higher, look, ear, turn, slide. Okay, good. For the most part, very good start. In fact, some of you getting it, coming along nicely. The finer work still remains to be done. So you're going to have to look at where the hands are, where your posture is. Okay, so I'm going to do some things that are wrong, perhaps to help you correct your posture. So I'm at good Tai Chi posture. I'm here. This is one thing that's wrong. Why is it wrong? This is not glancing. I'm looking at my backhand. I'm turning my hips and waist. I need to be centered for that monkey to push him away. Once I turn this way, where's my target and where am I going to aim? I'm not centered. I need to stay focused, hips and waist here. We only glance. My hip did not move. That's the purpose for a glance. Okay? So that's one thing that's wrong. So center, not to the side, not directly across, but slightly back and higher. Glance. I see it. I see my fingers. I bring it here. I turn. I meet. I slide. Finishing it off, I center. I glance. Higher. I bring it to my ear, turn my neck, meet in the middle, slide. Okay, want to try it? Make it a little better this time, okay? Good Tai Chi posture, giving yourself a span, grounded well, left hand in the center, with a bend in the elbow, right hand higher, slightly back, glancing at it. No turning your hips and waist to look at it. Glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, back and higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, look, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. One more set. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Last. Center, higher, glance, open, ear, turn, slide. Where repulsing of the monkey comes in the 10 form, which you're learning, and then the 24. Just an abbreviated demonstration here. So I'm in good Tai Chi posture. You notice that my feet are in because I'm going to commence. I'm going to do the first movement, which we'll take care of right after, okay? So I'm in good Tai Chi posture, commencing form, 50-50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, hands rotate, taking a deep breath in as I elevate and draw up my water. I'm using my core. I push down the water, flexing my knees. I center my front hand. I look at my back hand that's higher. I open. I bring it towards my ear. I turn my face. I meet both hands in the middle. I repulse the monkey. I center. Raise up higher, open, bringing it to my ear, turning my face, meeting in the middle as I repulse the monkey on the other side. Yang 10 form is taken from the 24. So when we take it from the 24, I am playing my lute. I'm playing my lute here. When I repulse the monkey, I do a very similar but more complex motion. I repulse the monkey by centering, glancing, and doing a backwards movement or walk. I center, I glance, I shift my weight, I come back, repulse of the monkey, 3. In the 24 movement, we repulse the monkey 4 times. So, in the 10 form, which you learn, if you learn it correctly, when you move on to the 24, you will have that, the background, the correct background. So I could never do Tai Chi in the stance that you showed me by keeping my I don't know how to do it, my knees straight. To get the momentum and to lift this foot, I would have to bend this knee to make it safe for myself, okay? So that's the reason why Tai Chi is always done in a semi-squat position. And you may not see it, but you could feel it, that you're semi-squat, and that gives you a lot of endurance. It is a unique discipline that affords this kind of strength and endurance, okay? All right, any questions on repulsing of the monkey? Okay, commencing form now. You're gonna like this one, okay? But it looks easier, okay? And I'll do it for you, but I'm not gonna say anything. And you will see that, yeah, it looks so easy. Wow, why don't we just learn this one and call it quits? But it really has to refine it, and to do it correctly, it requires full concentration. It requires balance, because if you start something and you flub it up, no one's going to want to watch you. And no one wants to, you wouldn't want to even continue. And remember that Tai Chi is not just hands. It's not, I'll show you what I mean when it's not just hands. So something's going on when you watch me. It's not just slow. It's not just calculated and deliberate. Something's going on. It's like a mystery. Like what is she really, how is her movements really being created? So to understand what I just said, maybe somebody would come in and they say, you know what, it's so easy to do Tai Chi. All you do is move. All you do is move, right? But there's a big difference on what I did first and what I did second. Well, what is that? What is it? It's the ability to generate the internal energy or the chi that you have within you. How do you do that? You can't just use fingers and hands. You can't just use feet. You have to use all of it, but dictated by your mind and your core. So that's why people who do Tai Chi or do some kind of exercise show a little strength about them. It's not just any old way. It's a discipline that's practiced, done over and over, and using your core. So the core helps you with walking, balancing, everything that we do, but we need to introduce that to our system first, okay? So what does it mean to use our core? It means everything central about us is helping us to come up. And the concentration. And am I really pushing down all that much? I'm lowering myself down. My hands just took a position, and it's being lowered by my core, right? All right, so let's start from a commencing form and then go through it, okay? So when I say rotate your hands to the middle of your thigh, you can do it with me. They're at the side seam of your pants, you're gonna rotate it like this. Can you show me how I mean to rotate it? All right, stop now. This is not rotating. It is, but it's not against your clothes. So I want it against your clothes. When you raise up like this, slowly using your core, at shoulder level, you're gonna push down that water and bear down on your feet, so therefore your knees are flexed, okay? All right, one more brushing up, okay? So when we do commencing form, we're in, not tight like this, but relaxed, maybe a couple inches, okay? And we're in good Tai Chi posture. When we commence, we're at 50-50, then we're gonna drain the weight off of our left, slowly and in increments. We're gonna open, and the toe, then the sole, then the arch, then the heel, 50-50 again. Then the hands rotate. And then you're drawing up water as you take a deep breath in. That's very hard to do, and then you're probably using your core. At this point, at shoulder level, you're gonna drop your shoulders, drop your wrists, as well as your elbows. Tuck them down, and bend, flex your knee, okay? Then you're ready to then repulse the monkey, okay? So I'm gonna turn this way. Good Tai Chi posture, dropping the shoulders, hollowing out your chest, tucking your butt, head erect, middle finger to the side seam of your pants, chin slightly down, tongue on your palate, glance way ahead, good spirits. 50-50. Slowly drain the weight off of your left foot as your heel comes up. On your sole, on your toe, balance, off the ground, toe, sole, arch, heel. Hands rotate to the middle of your thighs. Take a deep breath in as you elevate both hands. At shoulder level, push down by tucking your elbows, shoulders, wrists, flex your knees. Left hand towards the center, right hand rises up higher, open both palms to the ceiling. Glance as you bring the back hand to your ear. Turn your face, meet both hands in the middle as you repulse the monkey, sliding forward and back. Center, higher, open, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, open, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. This is a drill, last time. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, repulse of the monkey. Center, higher, open, glance, turn, meet, slide. Good. So lots to work on, right? But it's a good start. Everybody has a platform, a starting point in which to build on. If you did not come and did not practice, there would be no starting point. So try to create something as best as you can, and everybody then starts to layer it and build on it. And it gets easier over time, just like anything else and everything else you do. Okay, it does get better. And what better way to learn about your body than discovering on your own, making those advances or learning to support whatever inadequacies that you have. All right.
I want to go back to a couple of things. One of it is use of core muscles. The core muscles are basically the muscles that are around your torso. Back, chest, hips, down to the legs. Basically, the big muscles that sort of help you control the bulk of your body, and the hands and the feet sort of fill in. In that sense, that's the focus on Tai Chi is developing the core muscles, trying to think that movement is based on a good coordinated movement coming from core muscles out to the extremities and back again. For instance, Lucille talks about commencing form. The hands have already come forward. Here, it's not just lifting up from here. It is lifting up from back here. from underneath. You think, underneath my shoulders is where the power is going to come, and it's going to come up this way and this way, but it starts from here. And then when you get up here, you go, you summon your core muscles again, and you are thinking, this is going to start bringing everybody back in. You start this way, and you bring it down. You come back, and what happens is the shoulders start to drop, and the elbows start to drop. But it starts from here, and everything sort of retracts from the fingertips, back to the elbows, back down again. Okay? That's what you want to be doing. Because in function, what you want to be able to do is somebody's going to hit you, you block him. But you can't block him just with one of these. You get him from using your trunk muscles. You don't have to be doing exaggerated one of these, but it's your core muscles, your Tai Chi posture is set, but you've got to come up, come down. Okay. Repulsing the monkey. You have to use basically the same thing, but before I go to the use of the trunk muscles, I want to try to demonstrate the use of repulsing the monkey. Lucille showed you how we do it when we do it in the 24 form. There's this form. I'm not just moving my hands here. This is coming up here. How do I know this guy wants to hit me? So I may just come up this way and I do this, but if I'm not going to get there, he's going to hit me. But if I'm coming from this position up, and the power is coming up to the hands. See, from down here, coming up. And then when you're going to strike the person, you don't hit him with this, you start with this. And it goes out. Same thing like repulsing the monkey. You started from here, and you went out. Oh, I'm sorry. Commencing form. You went up from here, and you went out to here. Come back from here, go back down this way, okay? And another point, hand movements. In repulsing the monkey, you're coming from here. The hands are coming out. Sure, you start off here, but both hands are doing this. What I'm trying to get people to do is start to think about opening up. Because this becomes the business end of what you're trying to do from a martial arts standpoint. Grab him. Bring this here so that you can turn and you can strike him with this part of the hand. Otherwise, you're going to grab him after you've done this. Too late, you're not going to grab him. He's going to run away. So you're out here. You're ready for him. Okay? And the hand comes down here. Take the time to come down here because you're pulling, and then you circle back up. I see some that are sort of, they come right here and say, oh, I got to get up here. The movement is down and then up. And as this is coming up, this hand has the signal, open up. Okay?
So another good job. Hang in there. Everything that we say is kind of complicated and doesn't really make sense, but be reassured that it will make sense over time. Okay? Okay, see you next time. Good job.